I guess my question is,
Here we go.
why gals just call you twice?
Gals call you?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you call me once and I don't answer,
right.
my issue with it is a 3-minute interval of let me try to call them again.
Okay. I think I know why.
Go.
Because ultimately, what is a gal's worst fear?
Losing you.
No. That you are enjoying your time without her. Gals do not like for you to even laugh if they are not involved in it. Be in a room with a woman who's interested in you. Doesn't even have to be a significant other. But a woman who's interested in you. Just, y'all could be in the same room, but let's say you are off on one end of the room, she's off in the other. Start laughing.
They hate that, man.
They hate it so much.
I've been by John's one time, enjoying my time away from them, and like we eating and we chilling, watching football. It's me, you, and all the squad. I'm like, I answer my phone like, hey babe, you having fun, eh?
What you laughing at?
Oh, okay.
Why doesn't this humor involve me? Why doesn't everything involve me?
The irony of it is, gals ain't funny. So why would you think gals are here? If I'm laughing uproariously, it's because men are cracking jokes.
Yeah. It's not like the fake laugh. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to know that I connect with your humor as a way just to get in your pants.
Here's me laughing at women. Yeah, wait, for real though. No, gals, yeah.
That's crazy.
HR, that's insane that HR would say that to you.
Yeah.
Here's me laughing with my boys. You lie, right? What she do? And that's the difference.
Two completely different people, two completely different tones. One is legitimately funny. One is a means to an end.
One is honest and one is a complete lie. I've never legitimately laughed at a woman a day in my life that wasn't family.
The duality of man.
Yeah, here we are.
Welcome to Guava Jam. Casually known as respectfully in the streets. This is a very important time for me. Yeah, in the streets.
We're gonna pump attendance.
Like where we record. So happy to be back in the studio, even though I'm here every single day.
Shout out to Clean Cut.
This is so important.
Clean Cut has been so adamant.
Before we start anything, I want y'all to know that our producer,
who we love,
he's the greatest.
Who we love. Clean Cut is like amazing.
The brains behind the entire operation.
100%.
The reason you see a plant behind Andrew right now, because that plant is the most important part to this podcast.
Let me be clear. Niall just got yelled at because now I was like, we don't need this plant. I do.
All I did was question the plant. I didn't even say we don't need it. I just questioned it. I was like, what's up with the plant? Don't worry about it.
And then he pivoted about sake. He's like, anyway, we're going to sake because this is happening.
He's a man of many. He's a man
of many tastes.
But Clean Cut was like, you know what? Streets need it. Streets been wanting it. Get the product out the streets.
I've never seen a man more upset with me this week than Clean Cut. He was like, he walked into work Monday. He was like, all right, so when we're recording, because y'all need to get some content out. I was like, I know who you get paid from Niall's side.
And we both work with him every day.
He's so upset.
We both work with him every day. I am here from 9 to like 10, and then he goes to work, and then you see him during the show.
And he walked in. Even Mo was like, please record.
Yes.
Clean Cut. He's very upset y'all have not recorded yet.
But you know what? That is a great team leader, and I respect it. Like,
love him.
We need it. You know what? In the absence of Kari, we need someone to keep us accountable. And this is what.
Bada sick.
God don't make mistakes.
Bada sick.
God don't make mistakes.
You ain't lying. Because this is me, you, and John. Because John in Arizona.
We can get it when we get it. we can get it when we get it.
John will be able to take it up. Like, y'all record today? All right, set it up. Clean Cut will be like, no, we're going to do this right.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a plant in John's house? Can it fit plants?
I was going to talk about what type of plants, and then it was going to be a whole thing. Don't worry about it.
That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah,
that's on me.
Yeah,
that's on me. No.
Let's just leave it.
I bring the plants.
Anyway, we know what we came here to talk about.
Yes,
we
sir.
know what the most important thing. If you've seen the last episode, if you've listened to the last episode, you knew that all we were preparing for was the return of X-Men 97. That was our lead for about a month. We waited with bated breath until March 20th. The first 2 episodes dropped, and it was a spiritual experience for us all.
It was, I remember, first of all, Twitter had Happy X-Men Day.
Yeah.
The 35 to 45-year-olds celebrated this. Like, I saw dudes being like, by the way, this is not for our kids.
No.
They won't understand.
No.
They won't get it. And I won't lie, they didn't disappoint. They did not disappoint. I was so nervous going in. So first of all,
I was not.
I was
So confident, dog.
bro, I have Disney Plus, and I was at work with cut, and I was like, I gotta download it. I gotta watch it at 12. And we're gonna get into whole episodes.
Oh, let me just say right now, look into each one of these cameras. This one is mine. Huge spoiler alert. If you have not watched and you don't want to hear about what happened, then you could stop watching this podcast now, maybe come back to it after.
Actually, you never need to watch this podcast again, because why haven't you watched it yet?
Yeah, I mean, that's on you.
That's on you. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you.
I feel like it's been out long enough.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. We are going to be recapping episodes whenever we record. So go ahead with your thought.
Initial thoughts?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I cried twice. Mm-hmm. I cried. First of all, when
I ain't even clowning that.
no, there's nothing to clown. Mm-hmm. It's personal. When Cyclops. So there's a scene where they're in the plane. The plane gets crashed by a sentinel.
So very easily.
And very easily.
I thought
they took the roof off very easily.
Blackbird should be stronger than that.
Why?
Anyway.
It's the same argument for like the black box. Why didn't y'all make the plane of adamantium? Y'all found it. Y'all could mine it.
Yeah.
Y'all have the powers to do it. Neither here nor there.
Why is it just not constantly protected by some sort of shield from Anyway,
you know what? You're actually right, you know. Why did that crash so easily?
It was so easily. It was effortless.
That was like, nope. And they were like, oh no. And so they're crashing. And I think this is the moment when I knew they weren't fucking around. Mm-hmm. Was when they're all crashing to Earth. Storm is like back to Earth. Her back is to Earth. She looks at Rogue and is like, let's get active. And they got active. Like, Morph turned into Archangel, save Wolverine. Storm grabs whoever she grabs. Rogue grabs, I think, Beast and... No, Storm grabs Gambit. We need to circle back to why Rogue...
Listen, we're gonna go... All right. We're gonna go in chronological order. Don't worry about it.
So Cyclops is like, good work, team. See you on the floor. I'm like, what's Scott about to do? One of the greatest superhero landings I've... Top 3? Top 3?
This nigga did the swan dive, and I was like, what is his plan?
What do you have to do? Right.
I was like, you cannot fly. Are they in... At that point, you know what I said to myself? Are they in the danger room? And I just don't know what's going on?
Me too. I thought that too.
Because I thought they was in the danger room.
That didn't look faked. Right.
So I was confused by that whole thing. And then, all of that, which you were describing, just set us up for the moment. And they know what they were doing because the first episode is named To Be My X-Men.
When he said that, so Scott does he?
And the best part is we knew it was coming because of the trailer. We knew it was coming.
But I won't lie, the trailer did not spoil the moment.
No.
So when he's coming to the ground, he does his I-beam thing. He lands, and before they even reach, they ain't even reached yet. They still falling. Mm-hmm. To Me, My X-Men. I was in that studio like.
All right. My initial thought before we get into complete episode breakdowns. Completely lived up to the hype. I watched each episode 3 times today. In preparation for this. I did an initial watch while I was working. I did a second watch just to take notes, and then a third watch just for the enjoyment. So 3 watches. Yes, and it's still as fresh every time. I thought it was perfect. The only thing I find this Portuguese character so useless, and I don't like his voice, and I'm struggling to fit. I'm struggling trying to figure out where he's going to fit in, and it stands to reason that he's already gravitated towards Jubilee, because what is better than 2 useless people getting together? That's the basis of reality TV.
Let's go character by character.
I just wanted to go in episode order, but we can do that. Let's go.
Okay, first of all.
Yes.
Why is Jubilee still useless?
Why is Wait. It seems like her only useful thing now is going to be to identify with this dude as a young person. Because I could not stop thinking.
That's all she got.
I could not stop thinking about our last pod, because here's how useless she is. She is able to do her power on the dance floor and nobody bats an eyelash, because that's just a part of the rave.
Bro, I remember watching that scene and being like, yeah, do your your firecracker bullshit.
This is what it's for.
No one cares. She has shades on. She's like, yeah, look what I can do. And people are like, okay.
They literally hunting mutants. She's doing that. Nobody cares. They ain't even calling nobody for her. Like, the fuck out of here crew was right there, and nobody cared. That's what they call them, because to me, that's what FOH is.
I love that there were people making it on the dance floor. They were dancing, Morph like doing a little shuck and jive. And she was like, I'm literally using my powers.
Morph only does the shuck and jive when he turns into a black person.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit. I have bars for Morph, by the way. So, all I'd say this. Jubilee is still useless. She has no purpose.
None.
She wears oaks like a Bahamian, the fire lens that the Bahamian gangsters still wear. By the way, if you know a gentleman that wears fire lens, you're in danger.
Or like Kaizen and all of the baseball players wear.
No. That's a purpose. There's a purpose to that.
They trying to just be fashionable.
If you're driving around Nassau and you're an accountant with those shades on, you're a murderer. You beat women. I don't trust you. You don't believe in God. You there's no purpose to your life. You're just wild.
The only murderous accountant I know is Ben Affleck.
That's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. Sneaky good. I didn't expect it to be.
Autistic as fuck.
Don't know if that's
Autistic as fuck.
I don't know if we could say
He's
that.
definitely on the spectrum. In a good way. He utilized the spectrum in a way to where it was, yeah, but no, he's not. He's not all the way.
No.
Yeah.
Useless Jubilee. Yes. Nothing has changed with her.
I'm not even trying to run out with Jubilee. I'm good on that.
But I think is it Roberto? I think he's just as bad.
So apparently they fucked up his character. I don't know if you did the research on this.
No.
They fucked up his character. So what's his name?
I think it's Roberto, yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
It's something Spanish.
as much as I loved every episode, I kind of blocked that from my memory just because I already made up in my mind. I don't like this dude. I don't like him being here.
I don't like his energy.
I don't like his voice. I feel like his voice doesn't even fit. Like there's something off.
What school do we think he went to?
Why do you always do this?
The answer is King's College, but go on. He tried to throw money at every situation. He was like, I'll pay you off. They're like, no, this is bigger than that, you freak.
I mean, but not even just that. But you mean when he was talking to the fuck out of here gang?
Bro, he did it for everyone.
Oh, when he was talking to the X-Men? I thought one of them,
For both of them.
like Scott should have said, Cyclops should have said, well, do you see where we live? I mean, we ain't really hurting, dog.
The reason why I hate him is because game is game. When fuck out of here was like, hear me out.
That was his best moment.
When fuck out of here was like, he was like, I'll pay you. They're like, nah, it's bigger than that. We got purpose, January 6th. And then when he's in the mansion, he's like, yeah. And he was so comfortable. He's like, yeah, used to this. I'm not. Everyone who wakes up in the mansion is like, where am I? This is crazy. Room service. And he was like, how much y'all need, boy? And then he saw Jubilee. He's like, we can hang.
Nah,
We can chill.
he had bars for Jubilee when he was leaving, though. Where he was like,
Yeah.
and single. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe turning the corner on this guy.
Let him cook.
Let's see where this goes. And then he did the solar energy arm thing, and I was like, might have one or two redeemable qualities here. Maybe.
You and I used to hit the bars, hit bamboo.
I thought you was going to call a specific gal name just now.
No.
I was starting to sweat a little bit. I was like,
no. We don't call names on this. Son.
okay, all right,
We don't bring up past sins.
go ahead.
You and I used to hit Bamboo, Pirates, Bahama Joe's, XYZ.
Yep.
Do we think he knew, like, she's coming to that club? And he was like,
Yeah.
oh, you reached it. What's good?
Yeah.
You good?
He knew they were coming looking for him.
Jubilee drank free all night. And that's why I think she's using her powers. I think she was drunk.
Yo, she said, "This place is great. Scott never lets me fly the jet." He said, "I got a jet you could fly."
What you wanna do?
And I know he was meaning that literally. I also took that as sexual innuendo.
Yes. Ooh. I just caught that.
Yeah, double entendre.
Shout out to him. Yeah, you tight with him?
Yeah, you know what?
Let him cook.
This is why you got to talk through things.
Let him cook.
This is why you got to talk through things. And I feel like now he's going to be an important character because I'm saying it as I go through it now.
Hey. He's got the power of the sun. He's a hot boy.
Give me another character. Cyclops. Cyclops is a badass.
Oh, God. I was trying to save him for last.
Oh, you want to save him for last?
No. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go now.
All right.
So now pissed me off.
Cyclops took us through a range of emotions in these two episodes because I went from let me experience. I'll I'll go through my timeline. I wanted to
hate him so much.
I wanted to go back to 97 now and like this fuck nigga.
Right.
Like I wanted to be like that, right? But the way the episode started, I was like, well, no, he's just a misunderstood badass. Because Cyclops, his first few scenes, he was killing it. He came in, had the one-liners. I mean, the trick he did when he was like, oh no, did the fake out. No, don't take my optic lens off.
Not.
Just kidding. I'm going to kill everyone as soon as I open my eyes. I was like, dog.
Renaldo.
Like, you the leader.
How hard is it to get not off and still look cool?
Yeah.
They took his lens. He was like, oh no, I don't know. Not. And I was like, you bitch, nigga, that worked though. That worked. It worked. So they've somehow found, not somehow, apparently in the comics, all the comic nerds are like, that's the Scott we know. I was like, I just know him to be a bitch nigga. And like, I never liked Scott Summers. I always thought he was a bitch nigga until now corrected me. I'll let you say what you told me.
When I said he is just full of angst because he literally lives in the house with us, but he's trying to grind his gal. and has to be friends with him. Because his father figure, mentor, and teacher is telling him that he has to be friends with him. Do you know how toxic and fucked up that is?
You know the most badass point of Scott was? It wasn't the landing. It wasn't the bars. It was when Jean was like, don't mind, because Wolverine was like, yo, like, we don't like you. The worst thing about Xavier being dead is you. And Scott was like, okay. And Jean Grey was like, oh, don't mind him. Wolverine's just talking shit. And so I was like, I ain't stressing about this nigga, babe. That's when you know you got a baby in this gal. If it wasn't for the baby, my question to you is this. If he didn't get this, if he didn't big up Jean Grey, does Scott have the same energy? The whole 2 episodes.
No, because that solidified things for him.
That's nasty work.
It solidified things for him. Like, little cable in the cooking. So things are solidified for him. But I want to, because look at the juxtaposition of these 2 notes back to back. I go, Cyclops is a misunderstood badass. So happy to see him. Very next note. Why the hell is this nigga dressed like Carlton Banks at home?
Because that's him.
And then I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
That's him.
This is it. And he was mad at everybody hooping. Like he making these little wisecracks. We wouldn't be outside playing basketball if Professor.
Yes, they would.
Nigga, we can't hoop. Like
they were always hooping. You said it.
It's understood that you don't fight crime 24/7.
Yes.
Like, there's a reason that you have recreational things.
Also, we have access to $1 million facility. You think I'm not gonna hoop?
Why we can't hoop?
My question to you is this: who do we think hits it better?
The jump shots or Jean Grey?
Jean Grey.
Oh.
Scott or Wolverine? Who we think really beating it up? Because Scott got a shirt in his pants.
This feels so gay.
No, we're talking about him and a gal. Who we think really beating it up? Because here's the thing. We would be the first to say Wolverine based on... Hold on.
All right.
Based on the ending of 1996, if you ask teenage Andrew, who knew nothing about sex,
right.
who never entered a vagina, I'd be like, yo, Wolverine would beat the shit out of that.
Right.
The way Scott treating Jean Grey, I was like, boy.
Let me tell you what he got. He got a lot of that repress trying to be good boy energy.
Yeah. And
it has to come out somewhere. Sometimes you see it released when he's fighting, and you usually see it released whenever Wolverine says anything. Because, that's another thing that happens that came out in notes, right? Before Wolverine even had a scene, this nigga mentioned him. Like, he was hating on Wolverine before he had one scene on camera.
Necessary.
Like it was already built in. After he had his good opening scene, they was like, reminder, we want you not to like him a little bit.
Facts. I'll give you this though. And you and I, what I'm trying to say is this. We know niggas with energy. We know niggas who are confident. This Scott Summers walks around like, this is where's she going? If I may quote a philosopher, a poet, a man for the ages, a man who I think surpassed our time. If I may quote him, Scott Summers walks around with the energy of like, who else you could dance with? I'm going to be the leader of the X-Men. Default. This dude ain't got no career. He always missing. Who else you could dance with?
He's 5'5".
Scott is a good 6'2".
He's Wolverine literally the height Kaizen is right now.
Yes. Who else you could dance with? Pick. Yeah, he got the energy. He got short man syndrome. He tight. He pause. He mad. Scott walks around like,
He's very hairy.
Scott walks around like, I beat this pussy up. You ain't going nowhere.
Only wears denim.
Only wears denim.
And boots.
Wrangler jeans.
And also
Brett Favre jeans.
only drives a Wrangler. Just Wrangler all around.
Do we think Scott Summers is a Republican or a Democrat?
We know Scott Summers is a Republican. He's just a different type of Republican than Gyrick and Trask, because I will stand on this. When I saw them spitting them bars, I was like, one, these niggas would be perfect guests on Tucker Carlson or Joe Rogan's podcast. Like, you could put Gyrick on there right now.
He'd be
And
fine.
then two, I know they are fictional characters, but I could see them playing those sound bites at the RNC.
Cyclops is the type of nigga to be like, I wish Angel Reese to play the game the right way.
Of course.
You know he says the right way.
Of course.
You know he says things like,
Substitute right for white.
do we need all the celebrating? Like, just score the bucket. Just go, just get the touchdown. No, none of celebrating. You know he says that.
Of course he says it.
While simultaneously being the most dangerous nigga alive, which speaks to the American military Republicans, but that's neither here nor there.
That's why he's one of them.
It's neither here nor there.
That's why he's one of them. That's literally what the fuck out of here gang was.
Both things can be true. I respect the gangster. I respect the violence, while simultaneously knowing he'll say to me, why the earrings? Like, by the way, you speak so well. You speak so well. I didn't expect that.
Didn't expect it. It's a big house.
Yeah.
Didn't see it coming.
Only reason why he fuck with Storm is because she's like, I command you as goddess of the sand and sea.
I was
big
about to
words.
say.
Big words.
She had to be the closest thing to a god that they've seen.
For him to respect her.
She had to be Omega level.
He ain't talked to Bishop in 2 episodes. He ain't say a word to him.
Not a single word. It's like him. They wrote that in that him and Bishop has absolutely zero connection.
Zero to say.
And I don't know if they was. I was like, I know Bishop wasn't a big part of it from the very beginning because he
Right.
had to do the time traveling thing, and they did do that because you didn't have Bishop and you didn't have Morph in the intro in the old show because Morph got killed off right away and became like this ancillary character. So was Bishop, but they brought them in from the very beginning, but no chemistry.
Zero.
The interesting thing was the first 2 that came on screen, and I always got to question it with X-Men whether this was just happenstance or on purpose. Storm on screen first. Bishop comes right after. My first thought was, okay, Storm, new haircut. Also Bishop, new haircut. Bishop got a tight fade. Storm got a mohawk.
With the tattoo in his eye.
The first 2 characters are
Rapper.
black. First 2 characters are black.
You can't tell me Cyclops was in the room with Jean after a good laying down, being like, so what race is Morph? Like, what's his deal?
What race is Morph?
Is he albino? Is he like full?
He used to be white.
And I showed Jean was like, he used to be white. I like him. He's talented.
Are we sure? Oh, no, this is what he said. Used to be. America used to be a proper country.
Make America great again.
You think sometimes he's sitting there and be like, you know what? FOH got some points. Like they on a murderous rampage and perhaps taking it too far. But if they could just reel it back, dial it down from about a 7 to a 4.
Let me ask you a question. Was that cut ass the executioner put on him intentional? Or was that like, no, go ahead, go. No, go. No, do anything.
Executioner fucking him up so bad.
He went to work in the warehouse saving the Spanish dude, Ricardo, whatever his name is. When Executioner came to kill Magneto, he was like, no, oh my God, you beat me. It's so crazy.
And I was like, same note. Because I was like, Executioner ain't doing nothing special.
He's not doing it. He jumped off a wall. Cyclops is like pushing away and moving strategically through the warehouse. But when Executioner came, he was like, yeah, go ahead. I don't know, go ahead.
He's just actually punching you. He does not have super strength.
No, at all.
He is a normal man.
He's a man.
He just knows like maybe karate.
Yes.
That's
Karate. Not taekwondo, not jiu-jitsu, not UFC. He knows karate. Hiya. That's all he knows. And he was like, oh my God.
And Cyclops is like, yo, this insurrection is killing me. I want to stop it so bad.
The rate of speed, which he's like, oh, my wife's pregnant, she's giving birth. I'm sorry. If that's Wolverine, he's like, Gene, I'll talk to you later. So I was like, I gotta go to the hospital. Y'all take care of it. Take care of it, Storm. You'll be fine.
Wolverine was killing everyone there if he had to get to Jean. And what a
Yes.
crazy juxtaposition that was for the time when she about to give birth to Cable. They set it up for her to do that with Wolverine. Like, it's so
Nasty work.
It is so crazy that
Okay.
they set up this dude, the woman that he loves, he has to go take her to give birth for the baby for the man that he loathes.
So, good transition. Let's get to Wolverine.
Okay.
First of all, the first question I want to ask is before we get to the storyline, before we get to the episodes. Do we think Wolverine ever hit? I have a theory. Hear me out. I feel like Wolverine never hit, but he fingered and kissed her one time, and she was like enjoyed it. But she was like, like when gals would be like, they'll take you all the way there, like pants off, and she got the boy in the hand, and she XYZ. She's like, I can't do this because of Scott, and she leaves. How far do we think Wolverine got, and how does that fuel his anger through the whole X-Men series up until now?
Okay. I agree with you. I don't think Wolverine hit.
I don't think he hit.
Because if he did, there would have been a certain level of satisfaction that he has achieved that we see is obviously not there. It's obviously not there.
So relevant.
Don't do it. I don't know how far they went. I actually don't even know if they kissed. I don't think he's gotten anything. I think he literally just has he feels positive vibes from her. I think she dangles the carrot enough to keep him engaged.
So you're not ready for my theory? Ready for my theory?
I would love to hear it.
What if Jean is low-key manipulating Wolverine? She has telekinesis. She has the mind power. What if because we saw it on the basketball court.
The moment, and this was going to be
Saw it on the basketball
this
court.
was going to be my question to you.
Right.
The moment Wolverine went from, I got this look in my eye like I'm going to kill Cyclops, the minute Jean says the same thing to him, his eyes soften, his face turns down, it's not tense anymore, and I wrote in my notes, was that the power of telekinesis or the power of pussy? I don't know. I'm unsure. And if she is manipulating him with her power, is she you did say this last time, but this solidifies her place as the most toxic gal probably in the history of, I was going to say Marvel, but I think gals, period.
I think she's the most toxic gal in the history of Marvel. Hands down. Because here's the thing. She can manipulate your mind. She can manipulate your thoughts. I think she was like, Wolverine, telekinesis. You sure you want to do this for me? He's like, all right, I'll do this for you. Da, da, da. The fact that they made him the focal point for the birth of their son, the fact that he was like, nah, I gotta take care of this gal. Like, I got it. I'm gonna get into Morph way later.
Why did he have to stay home?
The fact that he knew Morph was Morph, and Morph turned into Jean Grey, and was like, oh, you're mad at my perfect situation? He was like, yeah, but she knows. He's so enamored with this girl. No.
When Morph turns into a character,
Morph is an asshole.
does all of Morph turn into the character?
It seems so. When he turned into Archangel,
He gets the wings,
he flew. When he turned into Psylocke, he got 2 swords from where?
but
From where?
does he get everything that Psylocke has?
Oh.
Why are him and Wolverine so close?
Don't do that.
Does Wolverine
Don't do that.
think that the positive
Don't do
vibes
that.
that he got from
Shut your
Jean
mouth.
Grey,
You shut your
when
fucking
Wolverine
mouth.
thought that he
No.
smashed Jean Grey, was it actually Morph?
What's happening?
Possibly the truth.
And they so close.
They so close.
Because when Wolverine's in the tree.
At the end, when Storm was giving a speech
Yes.
about connections, who was his connection with? Was with Morph. Morph has already exhibited the fact that he will turn into Jean Grey on a dime just to mess with Wolverine.
Did Wolverine fuck Morph?
Did Wolverine and Morph smash? And do they think that it doesn't count? Because if Morph turns into a woman, it's legitimately a woman.
The frequency of that?
What is the frequency of that? What if the actual Jean Grey never show him a positive vibe in her entire life?
Shut your mouth.
And it was just Morph the whole time.
Shut your mouth.
Okay.
I have a question. Morph is a man, correct?
Yeah.
If Morph turns in to a woman you desire, and you fuck Morph,
I can't.
are you gay?
I gotta not know. If you know, you gay. If you know, you gay. If you don't know, then I mean, you still gay. You just gay after. Yo, but you didn't go into it being gay.
But what if he could, like, manufacture a pussy?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why I wanted to know if when he turns into them.
And what if he could manufacture a pussy to, like, the perfect extension? The tightest.
Well, I assume it can only be equivalent to what the real person is.
Tightest vagina.
I don't know, dog.
Dark Phoenix vagina.
I don't know.
Because let's be clear.
You saw she still have the suit. Why is she keeping it?
Let's be clear.
Why is she keeping it?
There's Jean Grey sex.
She's never gonna wear it. She has no, with all the shit that they've been through with that suit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't throw that shit away?
I've thrown it away. Do you think Scott sometimes like, so like in the bedroom?
She wears it as a kink. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Jean Grey, I think, is like normal sex. Like we do some maintenance sex.
Yeah.
Both of us can bust this with this. Do we think Scott sometimes in the bedroom like, just turn to like the Dark Phoenix for like a second?
Yeah.
Because if you remember, Dark Phoenix was a freak.
But you got to
She
realize
was nasty.
that's the only time he has that kind of outlet. Every other time he has to do the right thing, say the right thing, be the leader. And now we got all this pressure on him because Professor X died and he's supposed to step into it.
I feel like when Scott fucks Dark Phoenix, he says things like, "You cosmic whore."
Yeah.
And she loves it.
Yeah.
But then he says it to Jean Grey by mistake, and she's like, "What do you say? Don't say that to me." And he's like, I forgot. I'm sorry. It's confusing.
We gotta go to the next character.
Who?
Gambit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's a lot to talk about. I don't want to get to.
Rest in peace. Yo, shout out the gang.
Just,
Shout out the gang. Shout out the gang.
okay. First of all,
Shout out the gang. Yo, I mourn that. That was now. I'm sorry.
Dan had to do dog
That's
like that.
nasty fucking work.
Dan had to do dog like
This
that.
nigga was making fritters inside the kitchen for Rogue.
His entire being outside of the X-Men giving him purpose for his life,
Yeah.
everything we know about Gambit was him trying to get this gal. His whole being is trying to get Rogue.
To be fair, to your point, for years, that was his whole aesthetic.
That's it.
The only real power we seen from him was recently when he was on Wolverine back doing the Blade shit. The entire aesthetic was we knew he's the Pepe Le Pew of Marvel. He was like, any good man want to dance with you, baby. And to be clear, in the club, she took his hand, was like, let's go to Gambit. And he's like, yeah, baby. Da, da, da. We thought that was his girlfriend who just never hit. Come to find out,
From they started in the kitchen when he was making the beignets, it looked like it looked like they together.
yes.
The minute they went to the club scene, and I had to give a clap because I was like, it took this nigga 2 minutes to isolate her and get her a drink.
Bars.
2 minutes. Immediately they walked in. Next scene, bam, just them two, away from everyone else.
You can't touch anyone, Sherry. Just come with me upstairs. We talk. We figure it out. They're upstairs doing their thing. Wolverine, by the way, solid wingman. He was like, anyway, y'all good? Do your thing.
Well, he's just trying to hang over with Morph.
Morph is not going to be these allegations.
Trying to do
Morph,
it. Neither one of them could be the allegations.
At all.
I don't know what's happening here. But think about the original. He wanted to destroy Cyclops and the X-Men because Morph died.
100%. Yes.
He was livid.
Yes. Because Morph created a vagina that no one else could even match. Maybe not even... No, Dark Phoenix could. Yeah, she could.
Anyway, back to Gambit.
Dark
So
Phoenix,
let's just jump to the end of it, right? So everything about Gambit is getting Rogue. Gambit loves Rogue more than his own life. At the drop of a hat, he is willing to have every fiber of his being zapped from his body if that means he can just touch Rogue. He literally asked for it.
The irony of it is he has enough power to do it.
Yeah.
He has enough power to handle it.
And how does the episode end? With this nigga crying because he sees Rogue leaving Magneto's office at what I will assume is like
getting cocked down.
3-4 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you pick up on the fact that the card he dropped was a Queen of Hearts?
Yes.
Nasty work.
Nasty work.
Nasty work. Gambit. First of all, I'm seeing a lot of.
And I know the game is. I know the game is the game.
The game is the game.
I'm mad at Magneto.
The game is the game.
I'm mad at Magneto. I just saying. I felt that from a dog.
I said this about Wolverine. I said about Gambit. And by the way,
he need to go to Morph.
The fact.
What if that's all Morph is doing? What if he?
Because Morph doesn't talk a lot. He's like, another one?
What are we doing to Morph?
Here we go again. But no, like, I feel like Jean Grey owes Wolverine a tablespoon of pussy. Mm-hmm. Not a lot. Not all. But just some. Mm-hmm. But Gambit? For all he gone through in this country bumpkin, and you lived in Kentucky. You went to school in Kentucky.
It's go through a lot for them.
This country bumpkin ass gal.
It's go through a lot for them.
You seasoning food. You
Gambit,
make it.
Gambit, it's worth it. Keep going. Keep going. You hear me? Don't give up.
The fact that Gambit worked this hard our entire childhood. As children, we watch him work for this pussy. And for her to...
We were taught that that's how it's supposed to be done. We learned that that's a lie, but we thought that's how it had to be done.
Here's my duality and yours too. I'm not even going to assume. I know you well enough to know. Mm-hmm. The duality of this is, I watched Gambit be hurt, and I was hurt. I was like, you know what? Gambit deserves that pussy.
Yeah.
Same vein, though, I was like, Magneto that nigga.
Yeah.
Magneto that nigga.
Yeah.
I get it.
What do we always...
I get it.
What do we always say women are attracted to?
Power. Money. Status.
But not...
Clout.
You could stop at the first one, because all those other things just supplement the first thing.
Yeah.
The money, the status, the clout, all of that is just power.
What if Magneto's a dude like in a club like doing this and all the rest of that, and Rogue is like, "Oh, you're spending too much. Calm down." Like, what if Magneto is that guy? I feel like Magneto is probably the guy who's like, Gambit, I'm moving helicopters out here. I'm moving tanks out here.
No.
Let's do this power up cards. What are we doing?
Magneto. Hold on. I will not let you turn Magneto into that nigga, because we were talking about them kind of niggas in the car over here.
No, but
Magneto ain't talking about Gambit at all.
No, but do you think there's any hate in this game?
No.
Okay.
None.
Okay.
None.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think he just operates independently because
I'm Magneto.
Why do I have to talk about anyone else? Like, I am that nigga.
Do we think Charles knew?
Yes, Charles knew.
And do you think Charles approved?
I don't think Charles approved.
No?
No, I don't think Charles approved. Because he wanted to separate Rogue from that life. Like, for them to get her, she was, like, on the fence.
So you're trying to say to me that Charles Xavier said to Magneto, that he did say to Magneto, Gambit ain't touching that. You good? Dying this girl?
Well, he's Magneto boy. He ain't Gambit boy.
That's where it gets nasty.
This nigga give Magneto all of his possessions.
All. Like literally all.
Like that's his boy. That's his boy. Okay, let's go to Magneto. First of all, entrance, fire.
Fire.
Could not be better. Could not be better. And then I watched the whole thing. And then I thought right away, this is exactly how I would be in this situation. And the similarities between me and Magneto started to scare me. Because I was like, if I was placed in a position of power over people who I know didn't like me, I would be antagonizing the shit out of them just like he was doing. Because that's all he was doing while they was sitting around in them meetings. And he was just... he was really like being holier than thou. And I know every time he was calling them my X-Men, it was on purpose just to dig it down.
He was fucking with them saying that.
Fucking with Scott.
Yeah. And he made Scott, because Scott had a moment where he was like, wasn't that good enough, Gene? And she said, no, you're good enough. You know, Gals. You're good enough.
No, you're good enough, baby.
I know Magneto, someone listens like, listen to this nigga. You don't even know.
Well, obviously, she thinks so, but Charles didn't.
What happens if Jean Grey fucks Magneto? What if Jean Grey's his side?
What if Morph is?
Fucking morph up this episode.
More fucking
We fucking morph up this episode. Here's the thing with Magneto, though. Jokes aside.
No, one more joke first. He walks in and never explains this outfit. What is he wearing? Why didn't he
Magneto?
Why didn't he just go with the one piece thing?
First and foremost,
Shoulders out is a bold choice. Are those just gloves?
the tank top with the M is, first of all, at first I was like, yo, he's out here with no helmet. They explained the no helmet thing.
Yeah.
Child's dead. I ain't gonna worry about no. Then I was like, so you're just outside with luxurious hair, pressed and hot comb and blown out. He was like, yeah, Charles left with everything. What y'all gonna do?
So did you also have to protect your shoulders from Charles? Because now you just out there, boulder shoulder out. I was like, all right, I feel like you needed to explain that outfit choice when you walked in.
Not to slander my good friend. I feel Dakari would do that.
Yes,
Dakari would come through to a party.
he will be dressed as Magneto for Halloween.
Magneto, I'd be like, what?
He will specifically
doing?
be that Magneto for Halloween.
I'm just chilling.
He is going to listen to this.
Oh.
He's going to watch this.
Oh, my arms are distracting
Yeah.
you? That's crazy.
My shoulders are out. I didn't even know.
Watch me lift this car for no reason. That's weird. No, Magneto on some slut shit.
Yeah.
No, he's on some slut shit. By the way, let's be clear, and this is a spoiler, as we said earlier.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Rogue ain't his only gal.
Why would Rogue be his only gal?
He fucking one of them gals in the sewer.
He just get cool with the X-Men like that.
Yeah, Rogue ain't his only gal.
What you think he was doing? There's villain gals on that side, you know. Like you
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
and fine, Emma Frost. Like, you can't tell me he wasn't touching that before.
What are we doing?
You can't tell me. I'm sure Rogue was like, so that night when Yam was outside with the Queen of Hearts, you can't tell me she was like, you cut Emma Frost off? Come on now. Like, you know what it is.
I'm here with you. Why
I'm here
are we,
with you right
why are
now.
we talking about
why
someone else?
Why are you bringing this up? No, but Emma Frost, you tried to kill me.
Is Emma Frost here with me right now?
She ain't trying to kill you.
I want to be concerned with who's in the front of
was
me.
it?
I want to be concerned with the life I have. Emma Frost is my past. I want to be concerned with my present and my future.
What bar would you drop? The bar I would drop if I was Benito with Rogue. The pillow talk. I'd be like, you don't drain my energy, babe. Like, I can't even think straight. Like, give me a minute. Like, come on, what are we doing? You bringing up Emma Frost? Like, I don't. The way I'm with you, I can't be with her. You know that. So like, I'm drained, babes. As a matter of fact, I gotta be up early. I got a mission to do. What you gonna do? Cause I gotta pass out.
And then that's when she left.
And that's when he texted Emma Frost.
And
That's when he texted Emma Frost. He said, hey, what's up? Was busy. Sorry.
being this leader of the X-Men thing is harder than I thought.
This is wild, but I'll give you a shout in the morning. Do me a favor, just text me in the morning. I'll see what's up. And you know, Emma Frost is like, okay, night.
Let me ask you something. Could you stand outside the door and cry while some other dude was in there smashing the girl that you love?
First and foremost, if I'm Gambit, I on Storm ass. You know why? Louisiana, black gal, Omega threat, Rogue. She cool. She draining energy, but I could be with this Storm ass gal.
Omega threat level. You know how cool that was when the Sentinels had to be like, oh shit, wait.
And Storm clearly for the streets. Like Storm with T'Challa. She had Wolverine.
I like how
at one point.
she's talked down to all of them.
Storm.
I love how she's talked down to all
Boy,
of them.
it's sexy as hell.
It really is.
Here's the thing. Storm is that gal who's like a lawyer, and she's doing well in life, and her house is paid for, her car is paid for, all of it's paid for. But low key, she'll do something with some strange.
When alt-right man kicked Cyclops' ass, and Storm had to be in, because that's what I call him, not Executioner. He's like the superhero for the alt-right.
January 6th, yeah.
Yeah. When he kicked Cyclops' ass, and Storm had to give that whole monologue, like chastising all the judges and everyone in there, like telling them what they have to do. I was like, that shit is so hard. I think it moved a little bit.
Bro.
Like when she was doing that, I was like,
I got a semi. I got a semi.
saying.
I got a semi twice. When she talked to them, and then when
Why do powerful women do that?
we're singular in that aspect though. We love powerful women. I'm sorry, Helen Mirren.
Yeah. This explains your thing for what's her name?
Who?
Gosh.
Dennis and Martin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. When Storm starts talking, I'm like, you talk that shit. I start grabbing my dick. I'm like, talk that shit, baby girl.
Yeah.
He's like, I command you, the thunder. She turned sand to glass, and I was like, do that shit, baby. All right, I see you. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. I'm sorry, this is gonna be super sick. You can't tell me. When she turned sand to glass, I commanded the thunder come down, and she took out all the sentinels. That Wolverine was like, yo, this gal talking now.
Mm-hmm.
She talking right now. Like, what's the deal? Morph, what's the deal?
What is it?
You can't. He was like, yo, Morph.
Don't ask Morph.
Yo, Morph, you can do this. Yo, Morph, you can storm. Not the capital. Like, you can storm, like.
And then what if Morph said I could storm anything?
What if Morph is like, black pussy to mimic is hard. You gotta settle for this Dark Phoenix pussy.
Okay. Do you have...
Oh, stop. Shut your mouth.
Okay.
Who fucks better? Pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue, Storm, Jean Grey. Not Dark Phoenix.
Storm. I'm biased.
By the way, Jubilee ain't in this. I'm not on Jubilee.
I can't think of it like that.
Jubilee's a starfish.
I feel like they still have her as like 50.
You think Storm got it?
Yeah.
I think like Storm in the bedroom is talking that shit.
If Storm talks to me like that in there, I command you, and then she just make like thunder rumble.
I think Storm will count you down. She'll be like, oh, I feel it. 5, 4. And you're like, what you doing? What you? And she'll count you down to the orgasm. And she'll be like, no, I got you.
And if she does that, we never get into 1.
Where am I going?
By 3, I'm done.
Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm faithful.
I'm never going anywhere.
I ain't going nowhere. I think Jean Grey, here's my theory. Jean Grey was Wolverine Plan B.
Yeah.
Do not forget, Storm and Wolverine had a thing.
And Scotty ain't had no plan B.
At all. Shut the cable. He ain't pulling out that at all.
No. As soon as he felt like Wolverine was getting close,
he shoot that club the fuck up.
throw away all the birth control.
And it's grind once every 2 weeks, so you know.
He optic blast a whole draw birth control. Could destroy him.
It's a terrible conversation.
Okay, it is. Okay, let's talk about how the overarching theme in this was. So, I think we talked a lot about how X-Men provided social commentary for the time period. We talked about how when it started, allegory for the civil rights movement. They picked up right where they left off with that because all this is about right now is immigration and the alt-right.
On January 6th.
That's what what this whole thing was about. They literally stormed the Capitol.
Yeah.
All of the stuff they was talking about with mutants, placeholders for immigration issues. That's all of it. Like when alt-right man or Gyrick was in there giving his audition to go on Joe Rogan, and him and Trask was saying all these things about, yeah, y'all may be the next evolution, but do you think we're not threatened by this? We only tolerate you. He said something about, it was a bar that I was supposed to write down, but he said something about tolerance just being the next step and what it leads to.
Do you think we wouldn't be afraid that y'all the next step of evolution and that we wouldn't defend ourselves?
Yes. It was something like that. Yes.
Right.
So that's what was coming. So that is how they justify everything that they do. They justify all of this shit by just defending themselves and quote unquote defending democracy. Because you know they don't call it an insurrection.
No, they don't.
All of that is them defending democracy,
right.
and patriotism. So all they did was take the patriotism and replace that with humanity. That's how you get the FOH gang, fuck out of here gang, which means fuck out of here, you mutants.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, you immigrants.
The thing about it was, and what made it so important, despite the jokes being now cracking right now, so there's a gang of like white conservatives who are very upset that we think that it's Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. They're very upset. It was never that. It's based on that. They're very upset about that on Twitter.
Is this a real thing?
No, it's a real thing. They think that's not that at all. Not that they think. They have like some pseudo evidence that's not that. But I think that
Stan Lee. Stan Lee is the evidence.
Yes. The thing about it is you all need to understand something about what X-Men was for us as kids. X-Men prepared us for January 6th. It prepared us for racism. It prepared us for, like, social injustice. Like, they did a good job of, like, me as a kid, and here's the thing. We were children. Mm-hmm. Batman the Animated Series, X-Men, Superman the Animated Series, like, Dragon Ball Z even, actually, on a level. They prepared us for, like, what was to come.
It taught me how to raise your son to be a warrior.
Eat, sleep, fight.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Mm-hmm. So when I watch X-Men now, they did a very good job of keeping in tune with that same energy. And I don't think people realize the undertones of what they were talking about. Being like, there was a conversation Executioner had where he was like, "You're not going to take us over. You're not going to, we're still going to be superior, this, that, and third. What's your gift?" And X, Y, Z. I was waiting to say nigger.
Yo,
when
he was eating Cyclops' ass and he started to say, "It's not that I just hate you. You know what it is? It's the whining. It's that you're always whining. Do you think regular humans don't have it hard?" I was like, bro,
yes.
I was like, you could not make it any more obvious.
Yes.
They are spoon feeding you.
Yes.
Just talking about minorities.
Because one thing white Republicans will say is, y'all should be grateful. Like, LeBron James, you're a millionaire. You're welcome. It's I'm still a nigga.
They always say that, though. Like, that's their go-to, that, do you think we don't have it as hard? No.
You don't, actually. No. You don't. And the evidence of that is, y'all ain't that mad at Scott Summers. Y'all mad at Storm. Y'all mad at Ricardo. Y'all mad at low-key Morph. Y'all are tight to the fact that these people are getting away with this. But it's disturbing because it's such a mirror to what's going on now. And I think that's why they did a good job. They did a good job in the fact that it's a mirror to what's happening now. It's relevant. And it's timely. Mm-hmm. It's very, very fucking timely.
It reminds me of South Park in the way that they are attacking what's going on now. South Park just does it with jokes.
Right.
They're doing it within the framework of this, and to see them still be able to do it, to do the same shit, but the issue is just shifted. I was like, my boy still got it. Like, the jumper's still wet.
One of their most brilliant jokes or episodes was Mexican Joker, where they tried to explain why immigrants and people come to America to fuck shit up. It's like, no, y'all created this. Mm-hmm. So all the mutants is slave breeding. Mm-hmm. That's literally all it is. Y'all more powerful, y'all stronger, y'all faster. Y'all made this, nigga. We didn't make this. Y'all made the NFL 80% black. Y'all made basketball, 80% black. Y'all did that.
Speaking of basketball, they had some crazy outfits for their games that they play.
Who?
The X-Men. Scott was dressed like White Man Can't Jump. Rogue just wore her same uniform. She just threw a crop top on over it.
What was the point of that?
Gambit will... we ain't talking about Gambit crop top.
Hold on.
But Gambit just plays basketball shirtless and for some reason wears gloves. Morph was wearing like a matching set from Walmart. And they all just wear headbands.
We're not dealing with Gambit's bars, though. First of all,
okay.
First of all, let me be very clear. Mm-hmm. I can slander you, brother.
Go ahead.
Gambit is Carrie.
Yeah.
That scene where Gambit is like, he takes the shirt off. He's like,
Gambit got powers too.
I said, look at Carrie.
Gambit got powers too.
Look at Carrie.
And he was cooking.
Hat turned backwards. And by the way,
that is how Carrie would dress to play basketball.
You saw the scene where Cyclops was looking into the basketball court.
Yeah.
With him and Jean talking. And Gambit got through his legs. He's doing maneuvers. Shirt off. I was like, look at Carrie. For no reason. Everyone else. Rogue have on extra clothes.
What? It was so strange. While we talking about bars, probably my favorite one, or one of them, I know we got to move on to other stuff, but one of my favorite ones was when the government came to get Magneto. They're on the lawn outside the mansion, and the lady from the UN says to him, "You should have thought twice." And then Magneto was like, hold on.
Who the fuck I is?
Y'all know I just stopped being a villain like 2 months ago, right? So he picks up, she was like, oh, well, our guns are blah, 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 blah. You can't do anything with
Magneto was like, I still got it on me.
He picked up all of their helicopters,
turned
it on all of them, and he says, I should have thought twice.
By the way, was that the gal who's
Who are
the
you
fuck Charles?
talking to? Yes. Who are you talking to? Well, it was a couple. You know, Charles always used to
Charles
keep one
on
talk.
it.
I remember, boy, he'd love him some Moira. He'd love him some Moira.
That's who I thought that was.
No,
Myra.
I'm Moira.
That's who I thought, because him and Myra was like.
Yeah. Remember they used to have to
Yeah.
go to Ireland or something, or Scotland,
Yeah.
or wherever the hell with the shitty
No,
accent.
Magneto was like, I'm still him.
When he say, I should have thought twice, I was like, he wanted to kill the fuck out of them so bad.
So if we're talking best bars, it's between Storm, Cyclops.
Magneto got to be in the running.
Magneto barred them the fuck up.
Every scene.
He barred them
He
the
barred
fuck
down
up.
the X-Men. He barred down the judges or the UN Council or
Yeah.
whoever he was standing trial with.
Executioner.
He barred down alt-right man.
Yeah.
He barred down everybody. Like Magneto, I don't know if Professor X like wrote this shit for him and was like, just use it whenever you need it.
By the way, you skipped someone.
Bro, and he loved Professor X because he changed his entire life.
This gang.
He changed his whole life.
But
for
you
this dude.
forgot one person.
Who?
He gave some bars to Storm.
He did.
He was like, Storm, you're truly a goddess, baby girl. What's good?
You know what he always
Have you heard the new scissor?
he always wanted to tell her, you better than all of them. Like you should.
Yeah.
Because he been trying to get her on his side for a long time. Because he's like,
Facts.
"You need this shit.
That's facts.
You better than all of them. Like,
That's canon. Magneto's always been like, Storm, baby girl, what you doing?
because he don't consider her a mutant. He considers her a god.
He's a gal.
Like you need to be riding with me.
You know, like when it's like a bunch of pretty girls.
Yeah.
That's that one.
It's that one.
Fucking
Just
smoke show.
Just do something to you.
And you like, no, babe, Bianca, you know it. I mean, I know you have a higher standard, and I can't fit that standard. Oh my God, it's crazy. But it's always been you, babe. Mm-hmm. That has always been you energy. He's shout out to Clinton Cut. He's playing the long game with Storm. He long game in Storm was like,
Oh, he could find a way to get them powers back.
that nigga bowed. He was like, oh, you've always been a goddess.
Yeah.
So if you ever get lonely, if you ever get lonely,
I mean,
if
you know I in charge now.
I mean, T'Challa dead.
You know, we talking all this about, we talking about humanity, we talking about getting together, let's remember we could do that racially too.
Do we think Magneto dropped civil rights bars and I was like, yo, I was there with Martin. Mm-hmm. I was there with Malcolm and the girl. Like, you know what it is. Like,
I marched.
These gals. But
If I was there in Memphis, you know what would have happened to that bullet?
nasty work. But I get it.
If I was at the Audubon Ballroom while Malcolm was talking,
You can't tell me he was also like, no, I love this haircut on you. And she was like, no, you like Rogue with her weave. No.
I just like that one white strip in her hair, right? All your hair is white.
I love that about you. You're so sexy, baby girl. You're a black girl. You're a queen. What are you doing?
She's a woman.
Yeah.
You're a goddess.
He's Serena Williams' husband.
Yeah, that nigga good.
Yo.
That nigga good. That nigga good. Man.
You know he bossed Serena up.
That nigga good.
And he came after, what, Drake?
Yeah.
And Drake's still tight for that.
Yeah.
What?
To be fair,
Go on.
I feel like it might be easy to. I mean, because Drake is a fuck nigga, right?
Yeah, he's a goon.
Yeah, like we know he's a fuck nigga.
Yeah.
He just happens to have all the assets to outbid whatever it is you're doing. But that nigga's also rich. So if you're rich and not a fuck nigga, I would imagine it's fairly easy to beat Drake. As long as, like, it's a sensible woman.
Can we agree that the levels of fuck nigga, though? You have Magneto fuck nigga. You have Wolverine. No. The hierarchy has to be Magneto fuck nigga. Mm-hmm. Gambit fuck nigga. Mm-hmm. And it's between Cyclops and Morph at that point. Am I tripping?
I don't consider Gambit a fuck nigga, though.
Gambit a fuck nigga.
Explain to me why you think Gambit is a fuck nigga.
Gambit, I don't think is that invested in Rogue. I think Gambit wants the pussy to. So all right, so ladies, hi, how are you? There are men who want to hit because you've been fighting for too long. Wolverine, Rogue is a gal who, if she touches you, she absorbs all your power. Gambit is a power mutant. He wants to prove to her, I have enough power
I can withstand this.
to beat it up. Gambit is the ultimate fuck nigga because I don't think he's invested in her emotions. He don't want to be with her. Ultimately.
You don't think so?
I think he just want hit. Magneto is the type of fuck nigga, the worst fuck nigga.
So niggas seem to really love her, dog.
No, but I'm saying Magneto's the type of fuck nigga to be like, invest time in her and be like, you remember we was talking about them books? How you love like Daniel Steele and all the rest of this, da 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 da. Like I remember. I forget. But he remembers key points.
Yeah.
What men will do is they'll remember key points
Give you just enough?
to just enough for you like, I think he cares. Magneto don't care. Emma Frost in the cut.
Emma Frost in the cut.
She in the cut.
Yeah, Emma Frost theory is your favorite.
But here's the thing. You have niggas who like, what do you call it? Oh God, what do you call it? Oh God, the type crush. Where me and you close. What do you call it?
I don't know.
Proximity crush.
Oh, okay. All right.
Magneto was the type nigga who, if he was in the sewers with them people, he was fucking whoever was there.
Yeah.
At bringing up key points. That proximity crush is like, Rogue baby girl, you could take my power? Remember when you was talking about a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Remember that?
She dropped 2 of them in this episode, by the way.
That's the type of player Magneto is.
Yeah.
Gambit is the type of nigga who's like, yo, I'm going to do enough to get the pussy. It is what it is.
Fair.
Logan is the type of nigga to fall in love. He has feelings. He act hard, pause.
Oh,
But he's catch feelings.
He absolutely.
Because he been on Jean how long? Only
Too
gal
long.
who tempt him, that's how I know her game is strong, was Storm.
Too long.
That's my point.
All right. I feel like we need to transition away from X-Men to that is what we're going to do. It's going to be a lot of X-Men talk as these episodes drop.
Week by week.
I wanted to almost not watch it just to binge,